Priority waitlist seating request in the main dining room. Huh? Priority waitlist seating request in the main dining room. Don't get it. Can somebody explain that to me? Is this something that's really worth having? It is Sunday, November 26th, 2023, and on this week's edition of Sunday Sofa Time, we're talking about moving up on Royal Caribbean. If you are watching this from the United States of America, then happy Thanksgiving. If you got together with your family, I hope everybody's still friends. And to everybody else in the world, just welcome back here in front of the red sofa. If you're up to date here on the Very Unofficial Travel Guides, you know I recently took my 10th cruise with Royal Caribbean. And on that cruise, something happened to me that has never happened to me before. And that is, I reached the so-called diamond status. Diamond status. In the Crown and Anchor Club. Royal Caribbean, just like many other cruise lines and all airlines, has a frequent travelers club. A frequent travelers club? No. Royal Caribbean, just like many other cruise lines and all airlines, has a frequent travelers. Just like almost every other cruise line and all airlines, Royal Caribbean has a frequent cruisers club. On Royal Caribbean, it's called Crown and Anchor, and every other cruise line and airline has a different name for it, and they all offer different benefits. Well, Diamond, as far as I'm concerned, is the first level on Royal Caribbean where it really starts to be worth it that you kind of made it this far. You know, if you are a Royal Caribbean cruiser, if you are already a member of the Crown and Anchor Club, you might know a lot of these things already, but it's also interesting to just sit down and kind of go through everything again. And like I said, I feel like now that I'm Diamond, I'm finally gonna be getting some really interesting perks, and that's what I would like to talk to you about. I'm Morgan from the Very Unofficial Travel Guides. I've been making travel videos now for 15 years of popular and not so popular tourist destinations to give you a very honest, unofficial look at what it's like to be there. And I also wrote a book of crazy travel stories about true things that have happened to me around the world. It's called Getting Stitches on a Cruise Ship. It's available on Amazon now, and it makes a great Christmas present, by the way. And my first cruise with Royal Caribbean was way back in 2011. I can't believe it's been that long since I've been cruising. And like I said, I've been lucky enough to have taken 10 cruises with Royal Caribbean, but I've taken a lot of cruises with other cruise lines too. And just like with the airlines, in order to gain status on Royal Caribbean in the Crown and Anchor Club, you have to do several cruises and collect the points. The first level is called Gold. You basically become Gold after your first cruise, and you do already start to get some benefits. And now I've reached Diamond, and those are kind of the levels I want to focus on. And you can see from this list, and I will also show you a better copy of it here, that there are a lot of different categories. And Pinnacle Club, which are the people who have 700 points, which means you've done like 100 Royal Caribbean cruises, I guess. But Pinnacle is the highest level. I can't imagine that I'm ever going to reach that level, but there it is. By the way, if you are in Crown and Anchor and you know your level name, please let me know in the comments so we can just sort of compare who's what level around here. And the way you collect points is also a little bit different, and I think it has changed over the years on Royal Caribbean as well. I know if you cruise in a balcony cabin for a week and just pay the normal price, then each person in the cabin gets 7 points. If you are cruising in a junior suite or a suite, then it's usually double points. And if you're cruising as a solo passenger in a balcony cabin and you're paying the extra money that you always have to pay if you cruise solo. Cruise ships are not solo traveler friendly, usually. But if you do cruise solo and you end up paying more money than you would pay if you were cruising with 2 people, one benefit is you also get double the points. And you can see here from my list of Royal Caribbean cruises that most of the cruises that I've done, I've gotten 1 point per night of the cruise, with a couple exceptions. The 7-night Western Mediterranean cruise I did on the Wonder of the Seas, I got 14 points, and that's because we were staying in a junior suite. So it has taken me these 10 cruises to accumulate the 80 points that I needed to become Diamond. It is possible to get there in less cruises, and it is possible that it will take you more cruises to reach Diamond. But just to go through the basic perks here, with Gold, some of the first things that you get is 50% off any glass of wine, beer, or soda, and you get 2 coupons per sailing, 50% off a Johnny Rockets milkshake, 2 coupons per sailing, a private departure lounge with continental breakfast, and another 10% discount on any glass of wine, beer, or soda. So if we just look at those things right there, 50% off any glass of wine, beer, or soda, that is a pretty significant little goodie that you get after just doing one cruise. There are really good glasses of wine that you can get at the Vintages Wine Bar on Royal Caribbean that cost $18, that cost $20. And so if you're using this discount for that glass of wine, that's a big savings.
One thing I have to tell you though,
if you do have this discount on your card, make sure that you tell the waiter when it is you want to use it, because there's been a few times now that I've been on board a ship, ordered a glass of wine thinking, all right, for this one I want to pay the normal price, and then the waiter has brought the wine and said,
oh, by the way, I gave you your 50% discount.
So if you're trying to save this up to buy one of the more expensive glasses of wine, which is what I recommend, just make sure that every glass of wine you order before then, you specifically tell your waiter, I don't want to use the discount that I have, I want to just pay normal price. There's a lot of things that it skips down here now. 25% discount on any coffee beverage excluding Starbucks, skipping way down. 10% discount on any internet package purchased on board, not combinable with any other VOOM offer. That means not what you purchase on land before your cruise. 10% off purchasing it on board. And honestly, you're going to save more money if you just book it in advance. So that's kind of another one of these non-discount goodies. Under onboard access and events, with the Gold membership, you get a Crown and Anchor Society loyalty desk for membership inquiries. Okay, I think anybody can approach this desk. This is not something that's really that special, but I guess they're just trying to say, hey, it's there. If you are into gambling or bingo, starting with the Gold level, you already get $2 free play in the casino, and you get 1 free jackpot card if you play bingo. Then the whole next category, nothing with Gold. Then photo, retail, and spa. You get a buy 1 photo and receive 50% off your second photo for standard events only. What does that mean though? What are non-standard events? 10% discounts on Royal Caribbean logo products sold on board that cost at least $25, and any spa service excludes Medi-Spa services. And honestly, a 10% discount on a $195 massage, that's still a really expensive massage. Then the next couple of things are also debatable if whether or not this is something to really be excited about or not. Under cruise planning and more, Gold level members get a member newsletter, priority notice on special offers, new ships and itineraries, Crown and Anchor exclusive rates, and additional cruise points for purchasing suite accommodations and or single pricing type. Like I said, a lot of these things you can kind of get anyways. You don't need to be in the club, but the next thing I want to talk about is what I get now or what I will be getting now starting with my next cruise in Diamond status. And you'll see there is quite a big jump up in these goodies, but let's just continue with Gold to make that, like the starting point, and then it'll be more fun to compare. This is something that I have never looked at before because it hasn't been relevant to me, but it's the youth member benefits, and that is 50% off any ice cream at Ben & Jerry's.
Ben & Jerry's.
The Surf and Stream internet discount equals to the parents' benefit. Buy 1 movie rental in your stateroom and receive the second one free. You can spend $15 in the arcade to get $5 off your onboard expense account, or spend $50 in the arcade and get 25% off, or $25 off. Oh, this is confusing. But I guess in a way it's kind of like match play in the casino, that if you put money in and spend it, then you kind of get some back. Interesting. And that's about it. So as far as gold level discounts and goodies, the one thing that I think is the most attractive is honestly the fact that you can order 2 glasses of wine at a 50% discount, and you can also order one more glass of wine, beer, or soda at a 10% discount. So, I mean, you're not going to be saving hundreds of dollars here, but it's a nice little goodie. And then comes platinum and emerald, and each of these have like little level ups in them. What I want to do now is talk about all the things that I'm getting with diamond, including one huge factor that is actually, after spending all the money to cruise on Royal Caribbean 10 times, this is something that's going to end up saving me a lot of money on all my future Royal Caribbean cruises. By the way, in upcoming videos, I am going to sit down and sort of compare the Crown and Anchor Club to other cruise lines, frequent cruiser clubs. And I recently leveled up in my KLM Flying Blue or Delta Rewards Club, and so I'm looking forward to talking about why I also think it's something that you should consider staying true to one airline in order to get the miles, in order to get the status, in order to get the goodies. Because if you're somebody who travels as much as I do, those goodies can make life just a lot easier. But those will be coming in upcoming videos here on the Very Unofficial Travel Guide, so please make sure you're subscribed and check back soon. Okay, moving on up to diamond status. You need at least 80 points to have diamond status, and then you get, starting at the top, all the things that gold has, and then including the 50% off glass of wine, beer, or soda. In gold, you got one more discount for 10% off, and in diamond, you get another one for 20% off. So if you're going to be buying drinks, that's a substantial discount on a couple of drinks. The next perk that diamond status gets that gold does not is a priority waitlist seating request in the main dining room. Huh? Priority waitlist seating request in the main dining room. I guess that means if you're eating in the main dining room and you have a special request for where you want to be seated, like if you want to be at the window or by the stairs or something, you get priority to be put on the waiting list. Don't get it. Can somebody explain that to me? Is this something that's really worth having? Okay, the next point is the biggest deal for me, something that, like I said, gonna save me so much money on my upcoming cruises, and that is, not only do I get 2 times 50% discount on any glass of wine, beer, or soda, 1 time 20% discount on any glass of wine, beer, or soda, but I also get 4 free drinks a day. And we're not talking about beer, wine, or just beer, wine, or soda. It says here, complimentary daily drinks up to $14. It excludes Starbucks and the Bionic Bar. So that means many cocktails and long drinks, many glasses of wine. I get 4 free of those a day. And if you've watched many of my videos here, especially Sunday Sofa Times, I usually sit down after every cruise and go through all the expenses I had on board. And one of the highest things that I've spent money on cruises in the past is my bar tab. When I'm traveling, especially if Marcus and I are traveling together, we just enjoy trying different glasses of wine. We enjoy trying different cocktails, and that's something that really adds up on a cruise ship. So the fact that whenever I cruise on Royal Caribbean, again, I'm going to be getting 4 free drinks a day. This is a huge money-saving bonus. And yeah, one reason why, just like with the airlines loyalty programs, it kind of pays off in the end. Moving on here, big jump down. The next perk that I get that is not included in gold is 1 free day of internet, which is pretty nice. I mean, usually I have internet on board just for the whole cruise anyway, so this isn't something that I'm necessarily going to be using. But for other people who maybe just want 1 day of internet to check into their flight, download their boarding passes and things like that, this is a great way to save that. I don't know, what's a day of internet on board? Probably like $18 or something, so that's pretty nice. Next perk that is not included in gold is another priority wait list. It says here, priority wait list for shore excursions and Vitality Spa services. I guess maybe that means also if there is an excursion that you wanted to do that is already booked out, that you get put at the top of the list in case somebody cancels, to be like, to get the opportunity to actually book the excursion. Could that be what that means? Priority waiting list? Another thing is the up close and personal with our entertainment family event on 5+ nights. So that means on cruises that are 5 nights or longer, there's a special event where you can meet the singers and dancers on board and have a little chat with them. And for people who are interested in theater, like, Marcus and I are, and I know some of my nieces are, that would be something really special. And it's not something that everybody gets. So this is an interesting perk. And here's another thing which is going to save us a lot of money, and that is a Crown Lounge access with nightly happy hour. So not only discount, and 4 free drinks up to $14 a day, but every night we get to go to this special lounge where the drinks are just a-flowing. I can't wait for my next Royal Caribbean cruise. Which ship do you think I should do? Let me know. Moving down to the casino and bingo, whereas in gold level, you get $2 of free play. In diamond level, you get $6 of free play. And in gold level, you just get 1 free jackpot card if you play bingo. In gold level, you get 6 free jackpot cards. That's a pretty good deal. Marcus and I used to play bingo on every cruise, and we haven't done it in a while. And I'm not sure why we sort of lost our interest in bingo, but I think we need to try it again, especially now that we're going to be getting 6 free jackpot cards. I mean, why not? You can get robes to use on board that will be delivered upon request. You can also get $5 off a $25 dry clean or press. Wait, what? Okay, so if your cruise is 5 nights or longer, you can get $10 off a $34.99 wash and fold laundry bag. All right. 2 complimentary welcome waters per adult, which is a nice thing to show up and have bottles of water in your cabin. Okay, here's something that I can't imagine I will ever use, and that is a stateroom phone discount of $2 per minute. You should never use the telephone in the stateroom to call land unless you have a huge budget, or unless it's like an absolute emergency and it's something that you really need to talk to somebody to, and the internet is not going to work for you. I can't believe that they even still offer telephone service on a ship. It's just so expensive. Okay, next thing is something that somebody's going to also need to explain to me. It says the chef's choice on 5 nights or longer. And I don't know what that is, but I'm sure some of you do, and I'm looking forward to reading your explanation in the comments. We're getting close to the end here, by the way. Moving on to photo, retail, and spa. Diamond members receive a complimentary photo of any size from your existing printed photo selection. So I think that means once you have booked a photo package or bought a photo, you can get an extra print for free. 10% off a digital photo package or photo book, 15% off discount on Royal Caribbean logo products, and 20% off any spa service. So 20% off a $190 massage, that's not bad, but it's still too expensive. All right, the next thing is something that's really controversial, something that I've seen other people proudly use and display that I personally don't think I will ever be using: the lapel pin. So this is something that you already get at Emerald status. I do have it, and on my next cruise I'll be getting my Diamond status lapel pin. This is like a little, like a little piece of jewelry that you can stick to your shirt to let everybody on board know, especially the crew members, how many Royal Caribbean cruises you've done. And it's just kind of like a weird way of flexing or showing off that doesn't appeal to me. I don't mean to be overly critical or judging anybody else who does wear their lapel pin, but I'd be really interested to know why. I guess I just don't get it. So if you wear your lapel pin while you're on board to show your status level, please let me know what it is I'm missing and why I should be doing it, because I'm not planning to do it. You also get a milestone recognition beginning at 140 cruise points, which is a crystal block. So don't know what that is. And there's only a few more things that Diamond members get that Gold members don't, but a lot of the things that we've listed so far are things that like I said, I'm just really looking forward to enjoying these benefits on my next cruise. Well, that actually took a lot longer than I was expecting. Like I mentioned, this list is a long list, but the benefits that are, in my opinion, really useful are pretty small. But starting with diamond status, the ones that are useful are gonna be pretty great. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what status you are. Let me know if you wear your lapel pin and why. Let me know all those things in the comments below. And speaking of comments, now comes the time on Sunday Sofa Time where I comment on your comments live on air. In last week's Sunday Sofa Time, I gave you a huge rundown of everything that happened to me, all the good stuff and the bad stuff on that 4-week adventure I just did with Margaritaville, staying in Miami, cruising with the Equinox, and cruising with the Independence of the Seas. These comments are on that video. The first one is from SilverFox5732. They write, "I love the way you can tell your viewers all the new and fun in a short bit of time. Getting to the point matters." And I thought, wait, is this person being sarcastic? I feel like I always take way too long to get to the point, and some people have mentioned that too. I do tend to go off on tangents, don't I? So Silver Fox, whether or not you meant that sincerely or were joking at me, I'm glad you're here and I hope you had a good time. Next comment is from David Wags5703. David writes, "I hate to say it, but Marcus got a dose of karma for leaving you in coach while he sat his butt in first class, luxury, and then didn't check on you once. LOL." I guess that might be right. Maybe it was the universe. If you don't know what that's about, you have to go watch last week's Sunday Sofa Time because something kind of unfortunate and yucky happened to Marcus, and David is saying that it was just karma. And the final comment is actually a group of comments because one of the questions that I asked in last week's Sunday Sofa Time was, let me know if you know of ships that have outdoor seating in the buffet, because it's something that I really enjoyed about the Margaritaville at Sea ship. And so many people wrote in, and that is one of the reasons I love doing what I do here on YouTube. It also helps me learn things and get up to date. And so people here like Jenny Cruise Commander, Michael Pemberton, Lisa Barker, so many others wrote, Quantum Innovation have an outside cover seating area at the very back of the ship connected to the buffet. Most of the medium-sized Norwegian ships have had outdoor seating at the back of the ship just off the buffet. All Princess ships have outdoor seating adjacent to the buffet at the aft of the ship. There's also a bar there, and there are so many more. So thank you everybody for participating and letting me know about that. And thanks everybody else for spending this part of your Sunday or whatever day it is that you watch that with me here in front of the red sofa. I hope you're recovering from your Thanksgiving well, and I hope to see you back here soon. Bye-bye.